how good is the Intel Arc B580 in Black Ops 6? We're gonna test it at 1440p and 1080p to see what kind of FPS numbers we're gonna get in a bunch of different settings. So let's check out our other PC specs. So for the CPU, we're rocking the beast that is the Ryzen 7 7800X3D, absolute monster. 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM running at 6,000 mega transfers per second. And of course, we have the Intel Arc V580 with its 12 gigabytes of VRAM. I'm excited to try this card, so let's hop into it. All right, so we hopped into the middle of a game here, but hopefully there's enough game left that maybe we can play it at 1440p. So we're at 1440p right now. We're gonna go with extreme settings at 100% of our render resolution. We're gonna see just how crazy this is. Extreme settings. Oh man. Looks like we're only getting like 4950. I mean, it feels fairly smooth. Ah, reloaded there in the middle. All right, let's go balanced and see what that does for us. Balanced settings, 1440p. This, keep in mind, no upscaling. Oh, snap-a-doodle-doo. We're getting around 70-ish FPS at 1440p. Oh, I got that dude from across the thing. That's pretty nice. 1% lows are holding pretty solid too, which, you know, I'm kind of impressed by. So, definitely not ideal settings there at all. But let's just see basic, maybe? We're still at that 1440p mark though. Basic settings. I guess it's a little closer to like 90-ish FPS. I said it was 90 there for a second, but it looks like it's gonna be more like the 60-ish range. Not 60-ish, 70, 80-ish range. So that's pretty good at 1440p basic settings, but let's try upscaling. I think Intel has their own version of upscaling, so we're gonna do that. No frame gen and see what that does for us. Oh man, they hide in the weirdest spots, man. Oh my gosh. Well, alright, that was fun. So we got around like 100, 115 FPS, but let's try another game at 1080p and see what that's like. Actually, I do want to try one more thing in 1440p, so I changed my mind. We're going to do AMD FSR 3, and we're going to do frame generation, and just kind of see what happens here with our FPS numbers. 140-ish FPS, I think is pretty good with that. 1% low is 116. Like, for me, as a casual gamer, I absolutely love this. It does not bother me at all to play on frame gen. I don't think it's that bad. A lot of people say don't play it on super competitive games like this, but it doesn't bother me at all to do that. One more thing I want to try. I keep forgetting to change the settings. I get so involved in the game. So it says you can do Intel upscaling with AMD frame generation. So let's just see what that's like. Oh my gosh, that's insane. It hit like 180 for a second. 160. This dude's just like pixel peeking over here. What does he think this is? Valorant? What the deuce? But I mean, I'm getting like 180. I guess you can call them fake frames or whatever. I'm really bad at the game, so it's hard for me to also, you know, like say, hey, you know, am I just bad or is it the latency of the actual game? I don't know. You can be the judge for yourself, but right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch to 1920 by 1080p, and we're gonna see how this graphics card's raw performance is with those settings. So we're gonna go back to extreme. We're gonna turn this off, and we're gonna turn frame gen off. We're gonna apply all those settings. It's gonna take forever, and we're gonna see what we can do. So extreme settings, 1080t, which now, I mean, people, you're not gonna play extreme settings on Call of Duty, probably not with a budget, but I mean, if that tickles your fancy. We're getting around like 68, 70 FPS. Looks like we're getting closer to that 75 mark when we're inside. Man, we're gonna win this pretty quick, probably. So let's go with balanced 1080p, see what that's like. Oh no, we're good. We're losing, actually. How are we losing? We've had 3 sides for forever. Maybe we were just down big. Oh, he shot me through the window, the little wagoners. But we're getting all around like 90 FPS on balance. What the deuce, man? Balanced settings, 1080p, 90-ish FPS. Not a bad combo there. But basic settings, no upscaling. We're Actually getting like 100 FPS. It's not bad. Well, let's try our Intel upscaling. Our Intel upscaling though at 1080p is getting us around like 120. Man, 150. We don't even have frame gen turned on. Intel upscaling, frame gen. Let's see what happens. I'm tired of getting pooped on, but we'll see. Oh my gosh, we're hit 200 for a second. That was kind of crazy, but 100. Yeah. We're getting like over 200-ish FPS at times. This is so annoying, man. We literally have teammates that are just like camping in the corner. How are you gonna win? You worried about your dang KD? 180-ish FPS with upscaling, you know, it's a little bit more disappointing than what I would have rather done, to be honest with you. But I mean, it's not surprising. Black Ops 6 is not the most optimized game in the world, not compared to the other ones. So if you want to see this graphics card, we're gonna be playing this graphics card on a ton of games. So go check out the playlist. It'll be in one of these spots.